Okay, so we have this fun little assignment here, talking about what new communication technologies means to us. For me, I'm going to break it down into two things. It basically comes down to number one, speed, and then number two, something I like to call choice connection. I'll get to that eventually, but I guess first off, I'll just go with the speed aspect. Kind of in the past, clearly way back in the newspaper day, before all this internet stuff, you had to wait till the morning to get your news, and I mean that's just like nowadays that blows people's mind of how much time that would take versus, even say 10 years ago or 10, 15 years ago when the internet was getting more popular, you would start to have, you guys all remember your dial-up modems and how fun all those noises were, but that was a lot quicker way to get news, and news could be published a lot quicker because of that. Moving on towards now, now we have smartphones, and suddenly news is at our fingertips within seconds of it breaking, and you have a lot more people who are a little bit more specialized in their reporting, so they're covering just one certain topic so that they can really get those things out there quickly to the public that's desiring them. On the other side, I would say my second factor, which was something I like to call choice connection. I don't know. I guess I'm a dork. I invented a term that doesn't make any sense, but I'll do my best to explain it. In my mind, choice connection is basically just your opportunity to choose the things that you connect to, which is where my second great new technology invention comes into play, and that would be Twitter. Twitter is really the program that personifies this whole topic, because you're able to really choose who you want to follow, what entities you want to follow, businesses, charities, athletes, celebrities, whatever. I got to be honest. When Twitter was really gaining in popularity, I was one of the people who kind of refused to join it. I'm usually late to the party, I'll be honest with you, but I kind of started to realize the advantages of using it, and the advantages of using it as a news source. So I don't know, especially for me, like I'm obsessed with sports, so it was a big deal for me to be able to connect with athletes that I liked, reporters who covered the teams that I liked, and so forth. With this kind of choice connection, thesis I'm kind of dropping here. I don't know. I think Twitter, it really excels in two distinct areas. And as I've already said, the first area is kind of like speed of news. And for me, this is like an example of a couple years ago. The Brewers, I don't know, sorry if you guys don't like the Brewers, whatever, but the Brewers, my favorite baseball team, they traded for Zach Greinke, and at the time this was a huge deal to Brewers fans because of, whatever, I don't need to go into the ramifications of why it was big, but this is a big name guy, and they traded for him, and way back in the day, this would have taken me, towards the next morning at least to get this news, because it would have had to come via newspaper. The amazing thing about Twitter is that I just logged in, saw it instantly, and there it was, right up, right in front of my face, and it took 5 seconds to report it, and it took another 10 minutes for me to find out about it. The second cool thing about Twitter is this live tweeting thing, which is kind of interesting that we talk about it today, being that the Oscars are on. But back in the day, there used to be this appointment television where then everybody would watch some show like I Love Lucy and then kind of talk about it around the water cooler, as they say, the next day. That doesn't really happen as much anymore, but there are still a couple of big events like the Super Bowl or tonight's Oscars where everybody will be tweeting about it or posting on Facebook about it, and the people that you choose, you choose them because you have some, you care to some degree about what they say, and it kind of, to me, builds a kind of a sense of community, even though it's not like a personable community. You're not there in person, obviously. It builds kind of a sense of community with the people that you enjoy following. So really, that's what, so speed, and then kind of that choice connection, or the ability to choose what you want, is to me what is so important about new media technology, and really what I take away from it on a daily basis. So hope this wasn't too boring for you guys. Have a good one.